Collaborative procurement and building information modelling both offer a fresh approach to the development and exchange and use of project data, and also ways to learn from project to project. They both break down barriers between team members by showing us how an integrated approach delivers better results for everybody involved. But they need to operate in a global marketplace. So we need procurement models for collaboration and for BIM that function under the laws and regulations of any jurisdiction. So we're in Italy, we're looking at projects in Milan, and we're looking at the development of a translated and adapted version of the FAC-1 Framework Alliance Contract that shows how it can be used in a common law jurisdiction or a civil law jurisdiction with only minor adaptation. As a multi-party Framework Alliance contract, FAC-1 creates the new contractual links that are necessary to fulfill the potential of BIM. What these do are create connections between the roles of the parties, mutual intellectual property rights, clear deadlines for each party's contribution, and also connections between the design, the construction, and the operation phase of each project.
The FAC-1 was explained in a public meeting before the submission of bids. In that public meeting, lots of questions raised. We discussed the question in the public meeting, and then we discussed other details with the winner of the tender. In explaining the contract, we explained our idea of team, of alliancing in order to create public values.
FAC-1 has been adapted and translated into a number of languages. The first of these was Italian, and it was launched for use in Italy in October 2017. The first project to adopt FAC-1 in Italy is the Lescate School, a €5 million new build school project that is also using BIM to integrate design, to analyse cost and time, and to analyse performance management. So we're going to talk to members of the team working on that project and the academics advising on that project to show the way in which FAC-1 can operate in Italy and the way that FAC-1 can operate in conjunction with BIM to integrate the roles of the team members and to improve the value that they offer.
I think that we have to come back to the original meaning of BIM, and I think that we have to take into account that we must consider BIM, information modeling and management, as data modeling and structuring. It does mean, or it does entail, that we have to share data sets, data lakes, structured data, and so on. And so I suppose that the maybe relational contracts, the alliancing procurement route could quite sustain and support the sharing of data on a beneficial way to any involved players, stakeholders, and so on.
The computational success measure set in the agreement are evaluated through the integration between on-site measurement and BIM methodology. This attitude allowed the site director and his team to keep track to the real performance of the site according to client's requirement. The use of the Framework Alliance Contract allowed to create the perfect environment to let a BIM approach grow.
They work very well together because if you have a project BIM based, you have a common data environment. And when you have a common data environment, you need to coordinate team. In Italy, we do not have this in our mind as lawyers. We start fighting immediately, but when you have a common data environment, you don't have to fight. You just need to be a team to address the problem you have in the construction phase. So BIM and alliancing really come together. You can't have BIM without alliancing, and if you have alliancing, it's quite easy to have a BIM-based project because the alliance brings designers and contractor and subcontractor to work together.
So we're on the site of the Lescate Primary School project just outside Milan. This is a really important project because it's the first use of the FAC-1 Framework Alliance Contract outside the UK, and because it is using FAC-1 to integrate the contributions of designers, constructors and specialists using building information modelling. This project is important for the municipality of Liscate. It has the support of the mayor, who's kindly agreed to contribute his thoughts today.
This is an important project for Liscate. Alliance is working to produce high-quality works without delay and within the budget.
The timeline of the construction is very challenging, so we decided to focus on controlling the cost and time of the execution. But immediately, the FAC-1 was able to increase the quality of the project. For example, the client authorized a direct payment to a subcontractor in compensation for a better quality of the supply.
The general contractor leading this project, Impresa Generale, has worked very collaboratively on this project, increasing productivity when required, cooperating with its specialists and with the 3 universities who are supporting this project. And we're going to hear today from Ernesto Mattia, the project manager on behalf of the contractor, as to his views as to how FAC-1 has contributed to his work.
The BIM methodology allowed the reduce incoherences during the design stage of the improve the organization performance. The union of BIM and FAC-1 guarantee a better reliability in the project.
The second use of FAC-1 in Italy is on a very different type of project. This is a public-private partnership commissioned by the University of Milan with a 30-year concession for the development and operation of a new campus, combining research facilities, educational facilities, and recreational facilities. FAC-1 is going to be used to integrate the design and construction phases of this very complex project and to manage the interfaces between the team members and the many stakeholders involved in a very important urban regeneration undertaking.
In the project of the new Unimi campus, the application of FAC-1 is a driving element of a new generation of public practices inspired by the best international practices. Indeed, the adoption of the first model of alliance agreement in Italy was possible thanks to the positive interaction between Unimi, the King's College of London, the Polytechnic and the University of Brescia.
The FAC-1 form of Framework Alliance Contract supports collaboration, it integrates the contributions to BIM, and it crosses geographical boundaries. It shows us how you can embrace digital technology, but at the same time can address legal and cultural issues that can otherwise reduce efficiency and distract and divert resources through non-productive claims and disputes.